The audience might ask, why did we choose to do this piece with Kuchipudi dance? And aside from the fact that we've had these really interesting and satisfying collaborations, and I wanted to do another, it actually makes some sense, I think, because of the similarities of this tradition you're talking about to what I know of the French dance tradition as it's used in opera. And Opera Lafayette does mostly French music, and even though the composer's name is Geminiani, the piece, The Enchanted Forest, was done for the Parisian stage from 1754, and so it used with the tradition of French dance, and specifically French pantomime, and dance has always been a big part of French opera because even going back to if French opera was sort of invented under Louis XIV with Lully, which is the way some people look at it. Louis XIV was actually a dancer himself, and often on stage, at least in his younger years. So from the very beginning, French opera incorporated dance, and it was looked upon as something special and important.
And you said they have
gestural language, but I think most people think of French opera, and they think of ballet perhaps, but when they think of pantomime, they might think of, I guess, Marcel Marceau, the more recent French mime, But in fact, the pantomime has this long history in France, and going back at least that long, and of course also in Italy with the Commedia dell'arte. And
so it seems like a natural fit, except it's a different source.
Yeah. And after we started doing it, we found that there was this student in Europe who had written this long thesis-like book-like thesis about the similarities and gestures of French traditions
with Indian gesture language.
Indian gestural language, which so maybe we're onto something.